Hey there, Cancer fam. Welcome to Whimsy Intuitive Tarot, and this is your tarot snack. It's been a minute, I know. I had call it a sabbatical of sorts, I guess. But, this is what I learned. Who is your what is your energy vampire? What is a burden, what's sucking off you that you need to cut away and leave behind? Imagine a situation or a relationship that you had years and years ago that you gave lots of your energy to. And maybe it gave lots of its energy back to you, or their energy. And so you forged a bond, a spiritual, energetic bond. But over time, that situation went away, right? It no longer was a part of your path and you let it go, or it let you go. Sometimes those situations can keep pulling on our energy, keep draining our energy. So we get exhausted and bogged down and overwhelmed. And if you get to a certain age, and it's inevitable that this is going to happen, right? So we need to let go of the things that no longer serve us, so we can move into this new timeline, bright and beautiful and ready to go. And so we need to cut those old bonds, those old energetic bonds, right? So there will be a link to the meditation that I used in the description box below. It's not really a meditation, it's more like a guided manifestation. You're setting your intention to do this. You're visualizing it being done. And I wasn't even half paying attention because my brain is always doing 4 things at once. So, but it works anyway. It works. Just deciding you want to do this, just deciding you've had enough and you're ready to move on to the new. So let's see what the tarot has to say about this for you, my Cancer fam. I'm going to use the Wizards Tarot, clarified by the Golden Art Nouveau, and then get you a monster or two, whatever the universe says, for some advice. Again, I said sabbatical of swords. Yeah, I got in my swords. I started overthinking. I started to let my doubt creep in. And, I had a rough time. So on New Year's Day, I decided that I was going to cut away all the bonds that do not serve me. Don't worry. If you have bonds that aren't yet meant to be cut away, they won't be. All right? If you have soul contracts yet to fulfill, they'll still be there. Those you can't get rid of those. So the people who really matter will stay. Their connection will stay. But you're making room for it to grow, right? Because you'll have more energy to give to those connections that are supposed to be here in your path right now. But as for like soulmates, until your contract with a soulmate is fulfilled, they're still going to be there, right? So, and this can get some clarity, right? If you feel like you're, obsessed with a person, for example, and you're not quite sure why, and maybe, you're just delulu and you think your brain is broken, maybe not. Maybe not. If you do this meditation, this exercise, and that person still won't get out of your head, well, then you know you still have work to do with that person, right? Okay. Ooh. Well, that was... I'm not quite sure if that was a let's get started already, or, you know, a round of applause from the universe. That deck going everywhere. All right. I cannot predict free will. I can only predict energy. Your free will, your person's free will, the free will of the guy down the street. I was just talking about the jerk off that busted a beer bottle at the end of my driveway this weekend. You know, he's affecting my path because now I have to go out there and clean up a bunch of glass out of the gravel so I don't get glass in my tires. That kind of thing. Take what speaks to you, leave the rest. This is a timeless reading. You found it when you were meant to find it, as all the readers say. Even if you don't think this is your reading, it might still have one thing you need to hear. So just keep that in mind. If nothing else resonates and only one thing I say causes you to perk your ears up, well, then it was yours. It was for you. Okay. I now offer a limited number of private readings per month. Email me for details. Affiliate links to the decks I use, my Amazon wish list, links and info are all in the description box below. Donations are always appreciated. You know. All right. Let's get started. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about, you know, getting rid of these energy sucks, these vampires. So you can, you know, build new connections, new healthy connections, right? All right. Spirit, what does Cancer need to know about this? Thank you. Spirit is ready to talk. Okay. Well, there's, you know, you've collected some cups. 10 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, the Magician, the 4 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Well, all right, I think you've got something that's been on your mind. You've got a bunch of energetic connections here. And one of them shines brighter than the rest. One of them you cannot get out of your head. Right? And there's a reason for that. It's because Spirit wants it in your head. This is an energetic connection that you're not going to be able to cut. But perhaps if you cut away, you know, a couple bad advice, well meant but bad advice, doubts and fears, and people who did you wrong, you know, when you start to cut off all of those connections, the true connection will still be there. You'll still be able to see it. Interesting. Interesting. I've never actually said anything like that for the 7 of Cups before. Okay. Yeah, see, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. See all these energetic connections? These are antenna. You got antenna on your head, right? You've got all these energetic connections. And, you know, you're not going to be able to think straight with all of this interference. This is interference. 9 of Pentacles. There's one thing, one person that you're after right now, or that Spirit wants you to look at right now. And it's beautiful, right? It's something you manifested. And for some reason, you're not seeing it. And it's going to take, you know, some kind of message, there's some kind of truth trying to get through. Yeah, and you're just stuck. You're stuck, you know, because you can't make a decision. But I think once you get rid of all these connections that no longer serve you, that the one that does serve you will be obvious. And you'll be able to move ahead with, man, a 4 of Wands. Oh, that's a beautiful thing, a 4 of Wands. something that lies just on the other side, just on the other side. And I think maybe you know what this is, but you have to trust your intuition. This is all about intuition, trusting your intuition. Your intuition says, okay, there's your person or your thing on the other side. You just got to pay attention to what you're being shown here, okay? And a Page of Cups. Something good coming in. A Four of Wands. A relationship or something to celebrate. Yeah, the Empress. Nice. And the Ace of Cups. And the High Priestess. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So you've got just behind all of this interference, right? This energetic we used to joke, I don't know if this is actually a thing, but we used to joke about when we had old-fashioned tube televisions and broadcast TV, that whenever a plane would go between you and the signal, you would get fuzz, right? You've got all this fuzz. You got to tune in to the proper channel. And man, this channel, right? So you get rid of that Ten of Wands, and behind it is the Mini Empress, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, communication and enlightenment, right? It's talking it through, yeah? And a crop about to be harvested. Well, this would be, sometimes when you're doing something, like if you're a chemist, so to speak, or if you're doing, okay, think of the polyjuice potion. If you read the book about the polyjuice, if you read the book of the Harry Potter book that mentions and first introduces the polyjuice potion, you know that it takes a month to simmer before it's ready. So, you've been waiting for this. And I think all you have to do is cut away the things that don't serve you, all those energies dragging you down. And you've got the tools. And even if you didn't have the tools, I'm giving you the tools right now. Or I'm showing you how to find them. You got a Four of Wands. That is a whole new thing to celebrate. A thing that's permanent. A thing that happens year after year after year. Right? And a manifestation coming in. There's the real Empress, the Ace of Cups, the thing that fills your cup, that helps you heal, right? And the High Priestess. Yeah. So don't try to block this anymore. See how defensive this dude is? Don't try to block it. All of that inspiration is trying to come in here and talk to you, right? That is just freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome for like a dozen cards. Yeah. Interference. You have interference, fam. Okay. Let's clarify, shall we? If this reading helped you at all, please like, share, and subscribe, and set those notifications, because I do live stream. And when I go live, you're going to want to get there soon and get on the list, because there's only 12 slots. I'm very thorough. It takes me a long time, so I'm not a quicko, wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of reader. I'll keep going till the message is out, right? But you got to get there early, put in your name with the moderators who are also fighting for a slot, I might add. So get there early, put your name in, and you got to have notifications on to do that. So, Spirit, let's clarify. What is this Seven of Cups about, please? Can we clarify the Seven of Cups? Thank you. Ace of Wands, inspiration, passion, and Nine of Wands. Okay. On the bottom, well, that's interesting. Okay, I flipped it over, and we've got the Five of Cups. Okay, the Five of Cups is, of course, these are connections that spilled. And another reader pointed out that this might not be wine and water. This might be poison. Maybe this is spilled for a good reason, but you've still got these 2 cups right here. You need to check them out. Yeah. And then you have the magician. Okay. I said, you have the magician over here. I said, here's the tool. This might be the thing that, you know what they say, make or break. This might be the last thing in your toolbox you need to do before all these blessings come through, right? But when I picked the deck up and turned it over, these 2 cards fell off and revealed the 6 of Wands victory. Okay? I don't think that was an accident. Behind it's the 3 of Wands. That's waiting for your ships to come in because you've done all the work and all the planning, right? And you're just waiting for those ships. Somebody's been keeping something from you, or you're keeping something away from somebody. Yeah, and this is, you know, learning or teaching. I think, yeah. I think you've been learning, or maybe even teaching while you were waiting for your manifestations to come in, and maybe you were being kind of quiet about it, being kind of sneaky. This feels like a person. I feel like it's a person. I feel like you kept something from somebody. Or you're just afraid to speak something. Right? That's getting in your swords. All right? The magician, I said this, I can't remember which reading I said this in. The magician is having all the tools, right? You've learned all your lessons. You know how to, the 4 different perspectives, the 4 suits of the tarot, or the 4 different perspectives of how we look at the system, the energies of our life, right? So, speaking of cups, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. The magician knows that sometimes connections don't serve us anymore. And the magician also knows that sometimes there's a reason why something keeps poking you. Poke, 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 poke. It's like Stewie. Mom, 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 right? It's like Stewie. There's a reason why you can't forget it. There's a reason why you can't move past it. It's something you need to address. These 2 cups right here, something you need to address. I'm saying. So, yeah, I feel like just somebody's free will got in the middle between you and something or someone else. And they could have been nefarious. They could have meant for it to happen. They could have, you know, for some selfish reason told you something that didn't help the situation and you listened. Or they could have done it with the very best intentions. And it still, you know, knocked things askew. But, I mean, you're almost there. You're almost there, right? Because the 9 and the 1, or the 9 and the ace, you've got the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands is moving on, right? It's putting down all those burdens. And I think once you cut these connections, these energetic connections that somewhere deep inside you know was bad advice or a bad idea, I think then the one obvious choice will still be there. But again, you got to listen to those things that nag you. Those things that nag you. The people you miss and or the people that you feel connected to, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You got to trust those feelings and not talk yourself out of it, I think. All right, let's get some monsters, or a monster. Monster for the Cancer fam, please. Advice for the Cancer fam. What to do about this? What to do? What to do? Thank you. Be yourself. Yeah. Be yourself. And on the bottom is quiet the anxiety monster. That leads me to think maybe there's something you're afraid to do. Maybe you're afraid once you cut out all of these cups, all of these excess cups, and you find the one cup that you're supposed to head towards, then man, you've only got one cup, right? And it's a make or break time, right? Well, you'll always get more cups. The universe will send you more connections if you need them, right? If they're meant to be there. If they're healthy for you to put your energy to, right? Be yourself. I love this card. I love creepy adorable. All right, let's get the book. Number 4. Okay. Number 4. Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, by the way, if anyone's unfamiliar. One of my hero decks. A wise man once said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." Now is the time to stand firm in who you are and what you believe. Life has made you the person you are. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed about your weaknesses. Don't beat yourself up. Oh, stop beating yourself up. You were only doing the best you could do at the time with the information that you had. That's the point of a tower. You get more information. Then you can come in, change your philosophy, and start again on a new, clear path, an obvious path. Don't try to hide your weirdness either. It's one of the things that makes you a compelling creature. In a world that demands your conformity and praises your fitting in, loving yourself is an act of rebellion. When you love yourself, other people love you too. Yeah? When you let your true colors shine and fly that freak flag, your fellow weirdos can find you on the universal radar. Absolutely true. I'm a weirdo. If you're a weirdo, welcome. Welcome. Soul fam. Your life will change because of this. You'll no longer go where you are tolerated. Instead, you'll go where you're celebrated. So rebel on, you gorgeous freaking weirdo. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love people who are different. I love things that are unique. Because, man, doesn't variety just blow your mind? It blows my mind. Everywhere you go, it's different. Slightly different. Well, you know, I could make a joke about the cornfields of northern Indiana right now, but I'm not going to do it. 3 hours of nothing. I'm sure Iowa's kind of like that too. I haven't been to Iowa, but and I'm sure it's perfectly lovely for those of you who live there. I'm just saying. Maybe that joke resonates with somebody. I don't know. Flyover states. Maybe that's a song that resonates with somebody. Be yourself, because somewhere out there is a weirdo just for you. And I feel like, this just I don't mean for all these readings to like just jump into to relationship situations, but it's one of the things that I think about, right? Be yourself. Be yourself. Figure out what your philosophy is. Figure out, get rid of these things that don't serve you anymore and be yourself. And, your cup will become clear. It's probably already clear. It's just you're questioning your intuition. Don't question your intuition. Don't question it. Spirit's poking you. Your guides are poking you. They're trying to put you on a path to say, listen, your happiness is here. Stop blocking your intuition, right? Stop blocking what you know to be true. Crazy. And again, it's all about connections, and some connections man, might not see it at the time, but you know, some of them that are there for just, what is the word I'm looking for? Some of them are there to explode your world and fill it with light, right? And just because you're kind of old like me, it doesn't mean that there isn't something beautiful in front of you, even if you've never seen it before. Okay? Yeah. Yep. So, Cancer, this is your reading, I think. Again, if I don't remember if I said this or not, there will be a link to a guided, say, intention to cut these links that no longer serve you. And so clarity can come in, right? All right. I hope this helps, fam. Love you. Bye.